and welcome to my build, guys. Well, here it is. It's a September 1973 XA Hardtop. It's originally a 6-cylinder auto. Original colour was metallic copper with had a white interior, had a vinyl roof. The reason I'm doing this is I've already got a couple of threads running. One on Australian Ford forums. It's been going for about 6 years. That is still going. It's under Texas Retro Hardtop build if you're interested. The other one is a Facebook page called Falkenstein 501. And a few of the other guys that are doing YouTube have sort of inspired me to do this. I thought, yeah, I'll have a go. What's the worst that can happen? Guys like Fat Fords, XA Coupe guy, and Mark II Jase, who's doing a pretty incredible job on his rusty coupe. So yeah, I bought this about 20 years ago. It was my daily driver for about 5 or 6 years, and then I took it off the road because of the rust problems. I was going to do it up. Then obviously family, mortgage, all that got in the way, so it sat for a few years. About 6 years ago I put it on the rotisserie, stripped every last nut and bolt out of it and screw, and basically just started doing all the rust work. Had rust, plenum, A pillars, B pillars, bit on the parcel shelf, bit in the boot, the sills were shot. I've taken shitloads of photos, probably 600 photos. So rather than boring with rust repair photos, I'll just maybe at the end of each video I'll just put up a few stages of the build in photos right at the end of the video, and you can turn off if you like. I wanted to get the shell as clean and as new looking as possible. I've done a lot of mods, which I'll go into later in another vid, but basically everything was taken back to bare metal. Inside, outside, everything. And I'm at the bodywork stage, so what I'm doing at the moment is going through each section. I just primed this yesterday. I still haven't sanded and filled this, but basically it's all dusty and that, but the rest of the car inside and out is ready to go. Only thing I haven't done is the roof and quarters. I'm saving them till last, and then the doors and the other panels will come later. So Bathurst is my main inspiration. That's where it's at for me. Moffat, Goss, Johnson. I love that era of racing and the guys throwing those big hardtops around the mountain. Just really loved it. My father and grandfather took me up to Bathurst in 1974. I was only 10 years old. Didn't really know what was going on. But I do remember Moffat's Route 33 Falcon. That was in the news. I even painted my billy cart blue, put 33s on it, and was hugely disappointed when it failed during the race. But then Goss and Bartlett ended up winning, and I remember all the mud, the rain. It was pretty miserable up there. There was a lot of big crashes, but I think the memory I really took away from it was how the cars looked at the end of the race. So the battle scars and the dirt and the racing rubber and looked like war horses, you know. Just really, I always liked that look, and that's what sort of inspired me for this build. While I'm doing the inside like all the places you're not going to see. I want them looking really good, because I've been working on cars all my life, and I hate working on crappy cars. So that was important to me, to get a good finish on all the areas where I'm going to be spending time. The outside paint scheme and that it's going to be a little offbeat. I'll go through that in another video. The guys in the forum already know about it, but you're either going to love it or hate it. It's not going to be one of those sort of, oh yeah, it looks okay, but forget about shiny bling bling with this car. It's all going to be homemade. I don't have a massive budget. I don't have a trade. I'm not a panel beater. I've taught myself everything I need to know over the years, and I'm just having a go. So hopefully you guys get something out of it. It's not rocket science. Once you start messing with these cars, they're pretty simple, you know, especially how they're constructed. So yeah, and it's the memories of those cars that will be the theme for this car, as well as stronger, faster, lighter is also, everything's got to be an improvement for me. So as I've been going through, I have done some mods, strengthen the shell on key areas where I thought it would work. And the other huge influence for me when I was a kid was my father took me to see the movie Le Mans with Steve McQueen in it, and I was probably 8 or 9, and that movie, the way the cars sounded, the way they battled, the scars they had from the racing for 24 hours, the dirt and the grime, that was another huge influence for me. So yeah, that's basically the theme. Like I said, everything's going to be improved on it, but it's going to be simple. I'm not going for complexity. I'm going for simple, straightforward solutions. I don't want to add weight to the car. I suppose that's from years of riding motorcycles. I don't know, but I want to pare down the weight while strengthening it. I don't want a heap of horsepower, somewhere in 400 or 500 horsepower. I'm getting too old for that shit. So as long as it feels strong and it's nice to drive, I'm after a package. So yeah, that's basically what this build's about. Like I said, I'm not throwing a lot of money at this car. I'm throwing a lot of time at this car. Not so much about money. I will try and work with what I've got, work with the car, and that's the main thing about this car. Different to a lot of other builds, this build is, like I said, pretty offbeat. Not for everybody, I get that, but I'm trying to put together all my influences, everything I like about cars, into this one car. This is my forever car, and it's got to satisfy everything in me that I've liked and loved about cars since I was a kid. So I'm not getting any younger, 57 now. So yeah, enjoy the ride and hopefully get something out of it. If not, you can have a laugh. Cheers. Well, that was a bit of a waffle. Hang around and I'll give you a walk around the car and bring you up to date with what's been going on. Okay guys, I've got my little GoPro thingy on my head. Do a quick walk around the car. It's bloody cold here today. It's like 8 degrees and I'm on the coast, so I feel sorry for you poor buggers in the mountains. I'm also between two 12-hour night shifts, so I'm a bit vague, and that'll explain it. I'm about bugger all sleep. So, walk around. I'll try not to make you sick, so I'll just go slow. Start at the front. At some time it's had a hit here. I tried to beat that out as best I could. Skimmer bog will fix that, but there's brackets that go over that, so I'm not too concerned about it. It didn't go under the chassis rail. It was fixed previously. I made it a bit better, but yeah, it is what it is. Like I said, I just primed this a couple of days ago. The rest of the car is really dusty, so forgive me. But you can see how dusty it is. So I've smoothed all this. I've removed all the sound deadener, all the seam sealer that I can. Tried to make it look good. I'm not going to put any more on. This is just primer. It's in its final coat of primer. So yeah, ready for paint basically. So I've done everything I can. Like I said, you probably spot a few mods, people that know these cars. Like I said, I'll go into that in another episode. Car's not too bad. Obviously I've changed the sills. Fair bit of work in around here, quarter panels, and these corners, etc. Parcel tray, parcel shelf, in around the boot. All this area here I've worked on. It all needed repairing. Along the back here I've got rid of that seam because it was all rusted out. It's still the original taillight panel, which is good. I'll go around to the other side, and yeah, so the engine bay, like I said, I've still got to fill and sand all that, get that looking Mickey Mouse. Plenum in the corners, it was all rusty, fixed all that up. Floor, again, once again, same deal, all nice and smooth. Same with the firewall, all smooth. It's got a bit of overspray on it, that'll all sand off. In the corners, need rust repairs, and the A pillars as well, B pillars. I had to do a fair bit of work on this parcel shelf. Again, you'll notice there's modifications here. If you know these cars, these speaker holes here should be about that size. These were all cut out, big squares cut out. So I've just put it in, rather than replicate the old one or get another one. I made it so if you want, you can put 6x9 speakers in there, and made it sort of similar to stock. Yeah, so like I said, it's all dusty. I covered in a little bit of overspray. Just rotate this. So, show you the corners. Light. Rotisserie, best thing I ever bought. Best thing ever bought. Car's been on here for almost 7 years. So all these corners I've done, light here, all this I've fabricated, fixed up. Had to replace this bit on both sides. Had a previously really bad repair. Sills. Put this tarp up just to try and keep the dust down. So yeah, the B pillars, they were rusted out. A pillars, rusted out. Like I said, you'll see a few mods. I'll go into those later. Yeah, just tried to get it looking good, smooth. Get around the other side. Yeah, pretty happy with it. It's not show car, but it should come up pretty good. So, so yeah, there's a fair bit of work involved in this A-peeler, really bad. U-seals, it's had a hit here, had a hit in here actually, messed up this whole quarter panel here. Had to change all this. I used an old front guard, that trick, again on the quarter panel as well. But yeah. After I've done the engine bay, it'll be quarters and roof, and that'll be the shell done. Then hopefully I'll have it in paint by the end of the year. Okay, thanks. So yeah, that just about wraps this up. Hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know if I can do anything better, anything you're interested in. Like I said, I'll go into more detail as I work through the videos to try and catch up on what I've done, because the build's quite a fair way along. Yeah, hopefully it hasn't been too annoying, and we'll see how we go. Cheers.